We all know that the big day where we will be able to see the second season of Alchemy of Souls is just around the corner. While we are waiting for December 10th, when the new season will premiere, we can make several theories of what could happen. This great story has many things that we still do not understand and that we hope to understand when we see the next chapters. We know that in the first season we had a big loss, which was the death of Mudok, and many are indicating that this second season could present another loss that hurts us a lot. That's why today I'm going to talk about these characters could die in the second season of Alchemy of Souls. But first, remember to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell to be among the first to see our content. We know that the end of the first season was very sad because we thought that the two main characters, Jang Wook and Mudok, had passed away. However, it was not so. Although of course, Mudok's character will no longer be with us because according to the story she died by drowning. However, we know that two souls dwell in that body, Buyon's soul and Naksu's soul. Now it is expected that in the second season those two souls will be in Naksu's original body. But there is still some confusion as to whether the two souls will be in that body complementing each other as they did when they were in Mudok's body, or if it will be just Naksu's soul or just Buyon's soul. That we will soon find out in the new season. But the important point is that there was a loss in the first season, because although we know that Jang Wook passed away for a moment and was resurrected thanks to the ice stone, Mudok's body did not have the same fate. Now, it is very likely that someone important will be eliminated in this new season. One of the characters may be Seo-yul. Yes, although it would be a very painful thing to do, it could happen. We start by indicating that he could pass away due to some health condition because of the bloodworm in his body. In the first season we saw how Seo-yi, in order to save him, had to take out the worm she had in her body and transfer it to him, so that he could live. Then she sent him a message indicating that she knew the discomfort he was going through because of the worm and gave him some kind of medicine, so that he could alleviate his symptoms. However, in the last chapters of the first season we saw how Yul looked a little weak and we could see how he had not fully recovered. So for that reason it could be that this worm is hurting him and could cause his death. But there could also be another reason. Another reason why Yul could die is because of some sacrifice he has to make for Naksu. Let's remember that in the new season Naksu's body will be present, and although we don't know if the soul will be Naksu's or Buyon's or both, the truth is that Yul has always been in love with Naksu. Therefore, when he sees her body, he will inevitably feel again what he felt for her when he was younger. In the second preview we can see how Yul is hugging Naksu while shedding a tear. We don't know if that scene means that he is saying goodbye to her because he has to do something that may cause him to lose his life, but he wants to do it just to make Naksu well. Another character who might pass away would be Park Jin. In the second preview we saw how he was using his powers and you could see flames of fire, and that scene is very similar to Jin Moo's scene when you can also see flames of fire. It could be that in this second season Park Jin will have to sacrifice himself in order to eliminate Jin Moo, or maybe Jin Moo will do a witchcraft on him so that he can't use his powers, and that way he can defeat him. If that were to happen, for sure Jang Wook would have another reason to fight Jin Moo and eliminate him once and for all. Another person who could pass away, and I think it would be very sad, would be Jang Wook. You can see that in the second season he is very hurt and he is very angry about everything that happened with Mudok. Even in the first teaser a narration was presented saying that he doesn't know why he is alive, letting us know in a way that he is sorry for living knowing that the love of his life died. In this second season we know that he is going to meet Naksu, and he is expected to do everything he can to make sure that this time nothing happens to her. We really don't know which people will be after Naksu to kill her. For example, Joseon and Danggu could be behind it because we know that in the first season Mudok eliminated Utak. So it's very likely that in these new episodes we will see them with a thirst for revenge, for taking revenge for what happened with Utak. And more than that, caused their wedding to be ruined. That's why we also see in these characters a very negative vibe similar to that of Jang Uk. Of course, we also have Jinmu, who upon knowing that Naksu is alive is going to try his best to do something to eliminate her. Also, Park Jin himself could be behind her, because we know that he raised Jang Uk as his son and he may think that Jang Uk is suffering a lot just because of her. Plus we know that in the past she was a murderer. So all this may mean that Jang Uk's life is at risk in order to defend her. It is also important to mention that Jang Uk lived thanks to the Ice Stone and that we don't really know what Naksu's health or soul condition is. We only saw in the first teaser a young girl who apparently was Naksu who had her hand petrified. We don't know if Naksu is really not well and needs the Ice Stone in order to heal completely. As we know, Jang Uk has the Ice Stone and will do everything possible to save her. In the second teaser there was a narration that said, "To protect something or someone at all costs, I have decided to accept this fight." So Jang Uk is expected to fight with something or someone to save Naksu, and it is very likely that his life is on the line, and he would rather that in the whole situation Naksu stays alive instead of him. We know that he couldn't save Mudok, and that is something that has hurt him a lot and filled him with a lot of resentment. And in this new season he will do everything he can so that the love of his life can survive. Although if we talk about someone who should die, it would of course be Jinmu, and that would be a very happy ending. And that is something we hope for if this second season has a happy ending. I know we could also talk about Naksu, since she is also at risk because we don't know how her health is or what the state of her soul is. But talking about Naksu would be confusing because we really don't know who is inhabiting her body. We don't know if it's the two souls, Naksu's and Buyon's, or it's just one of them. We will have to wait to see the second season to find out if Naksu's soul or Buyon's soul passed away. What I do have to mention is that Buyon's character seems to me to be a very interesting and very powerful character, according to the story, and it would be very sad if she only died in this second season. At least we hope that Buyon's soul stays in Naksu's body or chooses another body to live in, and we get to see a little more of her great powers as a priestess. What do you think will happen in Season 2? Leave your comment here so we can read it. If you liked this video, give it a like and share it with your friends.